San Bernardino County, located at the center of major population centers in the southwestern United States, and is also at the heart of the water network that serves the entire Southwest, between Lake Mead, the Colorado River, the Metropolitan Water District, and the California State Water Project. High desert mountains above the eastern Mojave Desert form part of a 2,000-square-mile watershed that feeds a massive aquifer beneath the 45,000-acre Cadiz Ranch, where Cadiz has been farming for 40 years. Millions of acre-feet of water flows beneath our crop fields. It's a closed desert watershed, so all of the water that flows beneath Cadiz Ranch is lost to evaporation when the water reaches the surface. The watershed is so large with an aquifer so deep that today it holds twice the amount of water stored in our nation's largest reservoirs, as much as 2 times the amount of water stored in Lake Mead. All of the water in the watershed flows down from the surrounding desert mountains through Finner Gap, a narrow gap between the mountains at the bottom of the watershed where the water spills over into Cadiz Valley, where the Cadiz Ranch is located. We're getting in a helicopter at Cadiz Ranch where we will take an aerial tour of the Finner Valley watershed. As we leave the ranch and enter Finner Valley, we see the Ship Mountains, which form the southeastern rim of Finner Gap. Water flows down from the rim of the mountains into the valley and percolates into the aquifer hundreds of feet below the surface. Moving across to the top of the watershed at the highest elevation, we approach the New York Mountains. You can see the pattern of the water on the desert surface from the New York Mountains as it flows downward toward the valley floor. It takes hundreds of years for snow that falls in the New York Mountains to percolate into the ground and make its way down to the alluvial aquifer below the desert floor. This region of the Mojave Desert is also subject to massive storms and flash flooding that has the power to take out roads, bridges, and anything in its path. We're following the path of the water flow as it funnels down toward Finner Gap. Tens of millions of acre-feet of water is flowing underground following the same path through Finner Gap. Every drop of water that spills through the gap flows underground beneath Cadiz Ranch. There is as much as 5 to 10 million acre-feet of groundwater constantly flowing beneath our crop fields. Our well fields are carefully located to interrupt the downward flow of the water before it reaches the dry lakes just a few miles below our ranch. As we leave the ranch and approach the dry lakes, the groundwater reaches the surface and becomes brine. At this point, the water is lost, too saline for human consumption. Mining companies are trenching the desert floor for salts and other minerals just a few feet below the surface. Today, Cadiz is capturing just a small fraction of the groundwater before it evaporates. And we're building new well fields and new pipelines that can capture and store more water that will make this critical water supply available to desert communities and underserved areas in California and the Southwest for generations to come.